So hello guys, today is our traditional MSI weekly demo, and we have pretty interesting agenda for today, and we will have something to show you: the basic checkout integration, the basic migration from the catalog inventory to the MSI data, and the UI of the backend part for the low stock quantity story. So according to the agenda, Yaroslav Rogozа will start the demo and will show his update on the low stock quantity story. Yaroslav, feel free to share your screen.
Thanks. Hello, guys. So in the previous demo, we have introduced the inventory configuration extension. It's a separate extension that represents the configuration of the stock items. In the legacy version, we have the configuration alongside with the values, like we have quantity value alongside with the configuration, with the back order, with the low stock configuration alongside in one database table. But now we decided to separate this, and we have two modules for this purpose. It's inventory configuration module and the inventory configuration API module, in order to be able to use it from other modules. And now we can introduce the functionality. So for example, if we create some new product, let's call it hello world and assign some quantity, and we have an additional UR interface for assigning a source for the product. Oh, sorry. So we can assign a source and assign some quantity, and we have checkbox from default quantity at this moment, but the functionality is not realized, it's not implemented yet. But as we represented in the previous demo, if the product has not a specific configuration for current product, we'll use the configuration from the default store configuration. So it's not necessary to implement configuration for every product. So if there is no configuration for a specific product, it will be retrieved from the default configuration. So we can use it, and I believe in maybe the further demo. So I will specify the price. And in the inventory source item configuration table, we'll have a configuration for the specific product. We have a source ID, SKU, and notifies stock quantity, and I have specified the default value, so it's 0 at the moment, and it's represented in that table. So that's all at this moment. Thank you.
And just one question, Yaroslav. So I believe so the next step would be actually like make the low stock notification working and adding the check for the low stock and the email notification for merchant, whether we get through the threshold specified in the admin panel?
Yeah, that's right. So the low stock notification will be a separate module that we are going to develop further. So the module will check the configuration from the table and the low stock notification will be applied regarding the value from the notify low stock table. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, the next presenter, according to our agenda, is Bartek. And Bartek will show you the basic integration, the catalog inventory functionality with the MSI functionality. Bartek, feel free to share your screen.
Okay, hello guys. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start from basic integration in checkout. I have made some preparation for this test, so I use reorder functionality to make an order on a specified simple product 122 in that case, and I choose 5 as a needed quantity and proceed to checkout. Meanwhile, I show you a backend panel of this simple product. And as you can see, there is a presentation of old catalog inventory stock item, which now is set to 95, and the same is a new MSI source item quantity. It's equal. So let's move back to the checkout. Okay, let's click next, and yes, this is my product, and I place an order. Okay, thanks for the purchase. Okay, and after refreshing dashboard, representation of the old catalog inventory stock item is decreased by 5, which I already buy, and also the new feature, the new MSI source item quantity is equal to the old legacy quantity. So this is the first basic integration where old catalog inventory stock item when decrease its quantity, the same is happen on new MSI source item quantity. So this is for checkout feature, and also when we change old quantity in the dashboard and save that product, the new MSI quantity here. Okay, sorry, but my touchpad is weird. Okay, and you can see that quantity on source item in default source also change to the same quantity. Okay, so let's move to migration data, and I show you some feature to Okay, wait a minute, I prepare my database. Okay, when we refresh page, you can see that that's in the database exists only old catalog inventory stock item. New inventory is not yet prepared. So this is simple. This is the simple way to show you how Magento will work when you migrate from previous version to new one with MSI on board. So now I run setup upgrade. So during this, the old catalog inventory stock item is migrating to the new MSI inventory.
Bartek, I think you're sharing terminal, right? You only see admin screen.
Excuse me, sorry?
We see admin screen. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because there's stack upgrade, so DI and other static files is generating right now, so it takes a while. Okay, so as you can see, after migrating, default source is set to the old quantity from old inventory stock item. And the same is happen when we use simple data, when we install simple data on fresh install. And so that's it from me right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Bartek, for the great presentation. Can I also just please to show you one more thing, because I believe Anton or maybe other guys would be also interested in how do we migrate the data from the old installation to new one, and because I know that you made some performance tests and made the migration of 1 million records. Can you just share of that background?
Yes, yes, of course. So I share my my PHP store. Okay, let's close that one. And yes, so migration take place during the installation or during migration from one version to the higher version with MSI on the board. And there is operation which execute plain SQL queries to the database. It simply run insert from select, and that's it. I tested, as you mentioned before, on over 1 million records of old inventory, and this took about 2 minutes to complete migration, and also index that all data. So all the functionality is made by plain SQL queries. Okay.
Cool. Thank you, Bartek.
Thank you.
Anton, maybe you have other questions?
No, so the only question is, so you decided, so yeah, I like that the migration is very fast, but one of the problems with insert from select will be custom implementation, but I guess that shouldn't be a big problem. Have you discussed this problem or this options of using APIs to do migration?
Yeah, we discussed that option, but all the APIs actually, like, we got quite a big performance drawback using the API migration. That's why we ended up using the insert from select.
Sorry, Igor, may I ask an additional question? Have you tested the solution with the MCOM extension? As I know, they made some changes in schema.
We had a conversation with Felix, and the guys from MCOM used the actually stock item catalog inventory underscore stock underscore item table. So we use them, but like, because they also have some additional logic, I believe they could need to introduce some additional migration.
Well, I think one option for this, something we can add to backlog and optional implement, would be separate migration tool or separate different migration strategy that would be much slower. Got like additional command or optional module that you can install.
Yep.
You can think about it, that will do migration using API so that people will not have to write it themselves.
Yeah, maybe we can do in the same way how it was made for the B2B and price imports. We can just introduce a new API for this and just change implementation.
The new introduce new API, you mean bulk API for price?
Yeah, yes. Currently, we see situations that we need to have a bulk API for the stock. I saw the same issue with the real clients integrations.
I'm not sure that new API for legacy code is a good idea, because we need to introduce this new API, not for the MSI code, but for the legacy code. So we will just introduce it and mark it as a deprecated, because it could be eliminated in the next major release.
Yes, sometimes it will be useful. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so anyway, let's do this conversation offline on wiki page comments. We don't have a lot of time. Do we have more things to demo today? Let's just remember to discuss this question.
Okay. No, probably no, because one of our presenters has a flu, so it's a problem with his voice. So I believe we will postpone his demo until next Magenta MSI. So we will use the time. We will use the time to say happy birthday to our chief architect Anton Krill from the MSI team, and congratulations and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so if there are no any other questions, thanks for the participation and your attention and attendance, and see you next time. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Have a nice